Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, maybe it's time to stop coloring my hair? More and more women are saying yes, letting their silver curls show and realizing how freeing it feels. No more harsh dyes, no more endless salon visits, just authenticity. This isn't about giving up youth. It's about embracing a new kind of beauty, one that's honest, elegant, and completely yours. So today, let's talk about how to care for your silver curls, style them with confidence, and celebrate the woman you've beautifully become. You know, for years I felt trapped in a strange little routine. Every few weeks, I'd pull out that old faded t-shirt, the one I used only for coloring my hair so the dye wouldn't stain my clothes. I'd mix the bottle, smell the chemicals, feel that little tingle on my scalp that always made me wonder, is this really worth it? And yet, I'd do it again, and again, and again. It felt like a quiet race I could never win, chasing youth one touch-up at a time. But something beautiful has been happening lately. Women everywhere are waking up to a new kind of freedom. I like to call it the Silver Awakening. It's not just a trend, it's a movement. A gentle revolution that's happening in mirrors all across the world. A 2023 AARP survey found that 63% of women over 55 have either stopped coloring their hair or are seriously considering it. And more than 70% said they feel freer and lighter, like they've finally stepped out of a role they never signed up for. And I believe it. Because when you stop scheduling your life around salon appointments and stop soaking your hair in chemicals every month, you realize how much space you've opened up. In your time, your wallet, and your heart. But it's more than just convenience. It's about breaking free from that whisper we've all heard for years. The one that says, grey means old. Old means done. Well, I'm done listening to that whisper. Actually, I'm talking back to it. I'm rewriting that story. And this time, the story says, beauty doesn't fade. It evolves. I remember reading about a woman named Linda Hayes from Oregon. She said, I used to spend over $1,500 a year on dye. When I stopped, my curls began to bounce again. Soft, alive, free. And honestly, so did I. That line hit me right in the heart, because I knew exactly what she meant. The moment I stopped fighting my grey, I felt something inside me exhale, like I had finally come home to myself. Now, when I look at my reflection, each silver curl feels like a story. A tiny chapter of every laugh, every tear, every lesson that shaped me. And then came the moment that truly changed how I saw it all. When I first let my natural colour grow in, I'll admit, I struggled. I caught myself counting every new silver strand as a flaw. One more sign of aging, I thought. But then, one afternoon, as I brushed my hair, my 5-year-old granddaughter looked up at me and said, Grandma, your hair sparkles like the stars. And that's when it hit me. While I was busy seeing flaws, she was seeing magic. She wasn't looking at age. She was looking at light. That's what grey really is. Light that's learned how to stay. So, no, grey curls aren't something to hide. They're something to celebrate. Because they're proof that we've lived, deeply, fully, beautifully. Before we move on, let me just ask you this. If someone looked you in the eyes right now and said, your grey hair is beautiful, could you believe them? And if you could, what kind of freedom might you feel? In our next chapter, I'll share how to care for those silver curls, how to keep them soft, glowing and full of life. Because this journey isn't about giving up. It's about becoming. You know, for years I used to believe what people said. that grey hair is dry, coarse, and lifeless. I remember one morning, touching my curls and thinking, maybe it's true, maybe my hair really is changing. But over time, I realized something different. Grey hair isn't dying, it's just thirsty. Think of your hair when you were younger, like a green spring leaf, full of life and moisture. As time goes on, that leaf turns golden. It doesn't die, it just changes color. And just like that autumn leaf, your grey hair simply needs more care, more tenderness, and more love to stay vibrant. Once I understood that, I stopped trying to fix my hair and started learning how to nourish it. My simple silver ritual. I don't even call it hair care anymore. For me, it's a silver ritual. A few moments each week where I slow down, breathe, and care for myself. Once or twice a week, I use a gentle purple shampoo, just enough to keep those yellow tones away. Then, I warm a few drops of argan oil or shea butter between my palms and smooth it through my curls, like I'm giving my hair a long, cool drink of water after a dry day. You can almost feel the frizz calming down, the softness returning, like your hair is finally exhaling. When I'm done, I never rub my hair with a towel anymore. My favorite little trick? An old cotton t-shirt. I just wrap my hair and give it a gentle squeeze. No rough towel, no tugging. It's funny how such a small change can make such a big difference. And every couple of months I visit my stylist, someone who truly understands silver hair. Each trim feels like pruning a garden. You snip away the dry ends, and suddenly everything feels lighter, freer, more alive. I always leave her chair feeling not just refreshed, but renewed. From the inside out, little habits that make a big difference. I used to think healthy hair came from expensive products. But the truth? It starts with the simple things, the ones we do every single day. For me, there are 3 little habits that changed everything. First, I always keep a bottle of water nearby. Each sip feels like a quiet gift to my body and to my hair. Second, I try to add something green and good to every meal. A few slices of avocado on toast, a handful of walnuts in my salad, a bit of salmon for dinner. Just small acts of kindness toward myself. And finally, I go to bed earlier. I used to think sleep could wait, that I needed to do just one more thing. But I've learned that the worries of the day can wait. My well-being can't. No hair mask in the world works better than a good night's rest. When I wake up after real, restful sleep, my skin looks brighter, and my silver curls seem to glow in the morning light. As if they're saying, thank you for resting. These tiny habits may sound simple, but they've taught me something profound. Caring for grey hair isn't about chasing beauty. It's about living gently, living fully, and choosing peace over pressure. Let's talk, woman to woman. Which oil has been your best friend for your silver curls? And on the other hand, what's been the biggest challenge for you in caring for your silver hair? Maybe you have a little morning ritual that keeps your curls soft and happy. I love hearing your stories. Because when we share what we've learned, we remind each other that aging isn't about losing our glow. It's about shining differently. A little glimpse ahead. Now that you've learned the ritual of caring for your silver curls, something wonderful happens. You stop just maintaining them and start celebrating them. And in the next part, we'll turn that celebration into a style statement, a way to express your grace, your confidence, and the woman you've beautifully become. When I first let my grey hair grow out, I remember standing in front of the mirror, not quite sure what to do next. Should I cut it short? Keep it long? Maybe a few soft waves? So I began what I now call my grey adventure. At first I tried a gentle bob cut. Safe, classic, and easy to manage. It made me feel refined and calm, like I was quietly easing into a new chapter. But after a while, I felt that little spark inside me wanting something bolder. So I went for a silver pixie, inspired by Jamie Lee Curtis. Short, spunky, full of freedom. And oh, what a feeling that was. I remember looking in the mirror and thinking, there you are. This journey taught me something important. There's no right or wrong haircut. There's only the one that makes you feel most like yourself. And once I found that, everything else started to fall into place. I discovered that certain colors, navy blue, soft lavender, warm ivory, made my skin look alive again. And those little touches I used to overlook, a pair of pearl earrings, a pastel silk scarf, even a pair of stylish glasses, they didn't make me look younger. They made me look present. Sometimes, the smallest details speak the loudest. My grey hair didn't take anything away from my femininity. It simply gave me a chance to redefine it, on my own terms. The power of makeup. Lighting up, not covering up. Grey hair changes more than colour. It changes the light around your face. Your features soften. Your skin lightens just a bit. And suddenly, you realize that what you need isn't to hide, it's to illuminate. I like to think of it this way. When our hair turns silver, it's like the sky at dusk. Calm, beautiful, waiting for a few stars to appear. Makeup is those stars. A little peach blush to brighten the cheeks, a swipe of berry or coral lipstick to warm up your smile. Not to turn back time, but to bring back the glow that life sometimes dims. I remember Helen Mirren once said, "We don't wear makeup to look younger, we wear it to feel alive." And she's right. Every time I put on lipstick, I feel a little more me. Vibrant, radiant, unapologetically present. Silver hair doesn't dull you. It gives you a new kind of light. You just have to meet it halfway, finding your beauty translator. The right stylist changes everything. By the time we reach our 60s, finding a good hairstylist isn't just about finding someone who can cut hair. It's about finding someone who can understand you. I like to call them beauty translators. They're the ones who can listen when you say, "I just want to look refreshed," and know that what you really mean is, "I want to feel like myself again." Not every stylist gets that. Silver hair has its own texture, its own rhythm, and not everyone takes the time to learn its language. I met a woman named Marilyn, 64, from Seattle. She told me she'd been to 3 different salons before finding the one. Her stylist didn't try to hide her silver. She celebrated it. She shaped it in a way that made Marilyn feel seen again. And when she looked in the mirror, she said, "I didn't just see a new haircut. I saw myself, the woman I thought I'd lost." That's what a true stylist does. They don't just style your hair. They help you tell your story in a new way. They remind you that you're still here. Still radiant, still you. Let's talk. Woman to woman. Have you ever been surprised by how a new haircut suddenly made your face light up? What lipstick shade makes you feel the most confident when you catch your reflection? And have you found that one stylist, the one who truly understands your silver hair and your spirit? I'd love to hear your stories, because every silver strand carries one, and together, we're rewriting what beauty looks like at this stage of life. A thought to take with you. and you see whether it's a new haircut, a favorite lipstick, or a stylist who truly gets you. This journey was never just about hair. It's about coming home to yourself. Because the moment you look in the mirror and truly see yourself, radiant, grounded, and beautifully real, that's when true beauty begins. Your grey curls aren't a sign of fading. They're proof you've lived, learned, and loved deeply. Each silver strand holds a moment, a memory, a piece of who you are. So don't hide them, celebrate them. Let your silver shine, and let your story show. If this video made you smile or gave you courage to embrace your own journey, share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like more stories that remind you how beautiful this stage of life truly is, subscribe and join our community of radiant, silver-haired women.